Right, good day, Chairman Hunt, Commissioner Keller, members of the Community College Finance Commission. I have some remarks on dual credit. I don't know if I should mention those first or not, but I'll refine those accordingly. Just want to thank you for the opportunity to be here with you all today. I'm honored to serve as Chancellor of the Alamo Colleges District. We're based in Bexar County, Texas, and through our 5 individually accredited colleges or 8 workforce centers, we serve about 100,000 students annually within Bexar County, which is our taxing district, and then the 7 surrounding counties that are part of our legislatively mandated service area. We not only serve a vast region, but also a very diverse student population. More than 70% of our students identify as students of color, and 73% of them rely on some form of financial or need-based aid. In fact, 1 of every 5 of our students are head of household and actually have 1 or more children. So you can see this diverse group of students is not too dissimilar from my colleagues, and has required us to expand our wraparound support services, both academically and out of the classroom. So we do welcome the recommendations within the Finance Commission's report. With regard to the draft recommendations, we know that the devil is in the details, but before going to those specific recommendations, I just want to thank each and every one of you because this is groundbreaking. The work of this commission, of each and every one of you individually and collectively, is really a moonshot to prosperity for all of us and future generations of Texans. So let me see. So I just want to touch on a couple things. One is state funding for outcomes. We are especially pleased to see the inclusion of added value for our workforce and other non-credit programming that is of value and in demand by our students. Just recently, in fact, through a partnership with Coursera, just a couple of weeks ago, we offered free access to our students to 1 of 6 Grow with Google professional certificates. And in the first week, we had 500 students indicate their interest in enrollment in addition to their credit coursework. This is affirmation that providing students with options is critical to their success as much as our own. However, I think one of the things we need to look at is what is the definition of credentials of value? And we also want to encourage the commission to ensure that high demand fields are not drawn too narrowly. So many industry recognized certificates alone may not lead to the highest of earnings, but we know that they are stepping stones towards a pathway of success in both earnings and career achievement. Transfer rates and the number of semester credit hours our students acquire before graduation has been a focus of all of us at the Alamo Colleges District. In fact, in the last 5 years, our board and team at the colleges have committed to investing in streamlining the processes and pathways for students between our case-managed Alamo Advise academic advising model, as well as our transfer advising guides, both high-touch and high-tech. We have been able to reduce the number of semester credit hours taken by graduating students at the Alamo Colleges to 65.1 hours. And as Commissioner Keller stated in his testimony last Friday to the House Appropriations Committee, reducing time to degree is one of the most effective ways to increase affordability toward a post-secondary degree. Additionally, the Alamo Colleges District transfers between 17 to 18,000 students annually to our top receiving universities. Over the last 5 years, we have transferred 89,000 students in partnership with our colleagues of the South and Central Texas Transfer Compact. With regard to Section 2 of the Commission's draft recommendations, we wholeheartedly agree that college affordability is critical to the future of our state. Everyone should have access to a post-secondary education. It's a reason that we, for instance, launched Alamo Promise in fall 2019, providing last dollar scholarships to graduating seniors from participating high schools in Bexar County. We're in our 3rd year of recruitment, and we have had tremendous success and are currently serving close to 9,000 students through the last 3 years. We also support the concept of incentives or funding to support increased work-based learning opportunities. Earn and Learn model has always been successful in helping our students see the value of a credential they are seeking, because they can become even more important, which has become even more important during the pandemic. One of the things that we did is actually leverage TURF resources to beta test an Earn and Learn model, and are now proposing institutionalization in our college budget. I do have remarks related to dual credit, which I had mentioned at the beginning. And I think based upon what the testimony offered this afternoon, it's very nuanced. I think all of us are committed to finding a solution to ensure that we can resource access for our most academically capable students, and in turn be able to drive credential completion, drive transferability of courses to university, and ultimately create the talent pool that we all need. We actually have about 14,000 dual credit students. We partner with 20 different ISDs. We partner with 10 different parochial or charter schools as part of that effort. So we are committed to finding a solution. We directly waive $30 million of tuition to be able to provide that access. So any resourcing that's offered as part of the recommendations is most definitely welcome by us at Alamo Colleges. I have comments related to TEOG. I think what's most important is that we also provide access to TEOG, and also, since we are beginning to offer baccalaureate degrees, that we provide access through either TEOG or other state-funded mechanisms such as the Texas grant. In conclusion, as we wind down, right? So I know it's been a long morning for all of us here, and once again, investing in programs like TRUE and the Skills Development Fund definitely have assisted us in expanding our workforce programs. So we do welcome the seed funding that is being proposed. Funding by institutional funds or TRUE, for instance, has allowed us to stand up our new RN to BSN degree. We started with 22 students and actually ended with 21 of those students crossing the stage this last May. In conclusion, I just want to thank you, Chairman, Commissioner, members of the committee, and on behalf of my fellow community college chancellors and presidents across the state, thank you for your service, and I would be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Commission for the Chancellor.
I do, related to the, thank you, Dr. Flores, related to the expansion of the TEOG for baccalaureate programs. That's a nuance that I was not aware of. And so I don't know if it's a question for you or again for Commissioner Keller. Is that a statutory change? Is that a rule change? How would that get fixed so that our baccalaureate program students would be eligible?
I'm going to defer to the Commissioner.
Yeah, we'd need a statutory change, I think, to make the change Mike's recommending.
Okay, that certainly is one of those maybe small areas, but significant areas for those students as community colleges across the state have the opportunity to move into some limited baccalaureate programs. We certainly wouldn't want those students to be disadvantaged because of that choice. Yeah.
If I could, there's another side of that. You know, when we did the 4-year, you do have universities who are not necessarily represented here, who may have some difficulties with giving up some of their money to the Texas grant, to the Texas Education Opportunity Grant. So just be aware of that. It would require, obviously, the Texas grants go to universities. But it was a nuance I hadn't thought of until you said it, and I started thinking further through it, and I thought there may be some difficulties with that. You know, there was some concern about encroachment into 4 years when we did the allowing the BSN kind of things at the community college. So we might not want to go there. I'm just throwing that out there.
Further questions? Okay, we're in wind down mode here.
All right.
Thank you,